Morning, students. This is day 3rd in the continuation of Geography chapter number 2, Land, Water, Soil, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources. Today we are going to cover in detail about the water as a resource. What is the water cycle? What are the uses of the water? How the water is being polluted? And what are the methods of conservation of water resources. Before reading about these topics in detail, I would like to recapitalize what we have learned previously in our class. Students, in our previous class, we studied about the soil in detail, how we are using soil as a resource, how the soil is formed, what are the factors responsible for its formation, what is the soil profile. In this particular topic, we did the diagram of the soil profile. Then we studied about the soil erosion. The removal of the topsoil is known as soil erosion. What are the means of soil erosion? The heavy pressure of the wind and the water flow are responsible for soil erosion. And in that particular class, we also did about the soil conservation methods. In that, we did the number of methods like mulching, mixing the straws in the soil in order to increase its fertility. It stops its evaporation, decreases the evaporation of the water, and do not let the wind to carry away the soil. Then we also did the contour barriers. The barrier may be the big stones in the form of barrier we can place in order to let the flow of the water stop or let the pressure of the wind stop. Then we did the rock dams, when we are using the dams in the form of rocks, the dams which are built of the rocks. Then we did the step farming, especially famous in the mountainous area to do the agriculture. Then we did the intercropping, and I explained you what is the intercropping. Growing the crops in alternate rows throughout the year, it stops the soil erosion. Then we also did the shelter belts, like if we grow the tree on any of the side of the field, which stops the heavy wind and prevent the soil erosion. So these were certain methods of soil conservation which we did on that day. Now let us start with our today's topics. Students, all of us know in general sense, when we talk about the water, immediately comes in our mind its various uses. Yes, water is very much essential resource in our life on the earth. How we are using the water, what are the uses of water? Immediately it strikes in our mind that we are using it for the drinking purposes, we are using it for the bathing purposes, we are using it for the washing purposes, right? Sometimes we want to relax ourselves, and it is one of the way of relaxing. It keeps us cool, right? It is also used in cooking, and last but not the least is it is also used for irrigation, irrigating the fields. So these are n number of uses of the water, right? And most of the time, uh, the water is used for the multiple purposes. That is why, what are the characteristics of the water? See, near about 70% of the earth surface is covered with the water, right? and moreover water is present on the earth in all three states. State means forms. Like water is present on the earth in liquid form, water is present on the earth in solid form, water is present on the earth in gaseous form, right? And it is renewable resource, and all of you know what are the renewable resource which can replenish very easily. Once we consume the water very easily, we can get for the more consumption. That is why it is most abundantly found on the earth. And since it is most abundantly found on the earth, that is why the earth is called a which planet? Yes, watery or blue planet. So these are the characteristics which at a glance we can say about the water. 70% availability, present in all three forms. It is a renewable resource, but here we can say that although it is a renewable resource, but still if we will not conserve the water, then the days are closer when we can say that when we will say that the particular resource has become now non renewable, right? Right now the presence of the water on the earth is very much in quantity, and that is why the earth is called as a watery or the blue planet, right? So in this way, water as a resource we have covered. Our first topic, water as a resource. Right? Let us move towards our second topic, water cycle. Students, in one of the PPT today which I have sent to you, I have explained the water cycle with the help of a diagram. Go through that particular diagram and try to understand about the water cycle. First of all, what is the water cycle? See, water is present in the rivers. There, from the rivers, it evaporates, then form the clouds and further changes into condensation. Then again, when the clouds become heavy, then it shed over the water in the form of drops, which is called precipitation. And again water is collected into where? The river and ponds. River, ponds, oceans. Water is being collected again in the form of rivers, ponds, oceans, right? And again this process moves on. This process is known as the water cycle. This process is known as the water cycle, right? And in this way, can we say that the the presence of the water on the earth is constant? What do you mean by constant? Means the quantity of the water which is available on the earth is constant. Simply it is changing its forms in different categories, and in this way water is present in river, ponds and oceans. From there it is evaporating, converting into the condensation, and again water is coming on the earth in the form of droplets in the rain form, which is called precipitation. And again the water is collected in the same areas, rivers, ponds, and oceans, and this process moves on. That means water is constant on the earth. Only the thing is, it keeps on changing its forms, right? And this entire process is known as water cycle. So, students, I hope this topic is clear to you, how the water remains constant on the earth. That is again the question in the assignment, and today I have given this question to you. And as a answer of this question, you can straight away refer to the PPT on which I have explained about the water cycle, and the same points which I have mentioned in the PPT you can write the as a answer of the question given to you today, right? So let us move towards our next topic. What are the uses of water? So students, what are the uses of water? Yes, your answer is absolutely right. It is used for irrigation purposes. It is also used for mainly for the power generation. All the hydel power resources or whatever you are looking, the dams and hydel power plants in different areas of India, power is being generated with the help of water only, right? And very simple, it is again used for cooking, washing, cleaning, drinking, right? So in totality, what are the uses of water? So don't you think water is an essential resource for us, right? Among all the resources, whether it is the land resource, whether it is the soil resource, whether it is the water and the other type of resources, all the natural resources are very much important in our life, because without the such type of resources, our survival is not possible, right? So let us move towards our next topic. Our next topic is water pollution, or you can say water problems. So students, in our daily life there are lot of water problems. We are to living in a particular area where the water supply is very much good, but think of the people, those who are living in the rural areas, and the people those who are living into the slum areas. So there is a water problem is a very much big problem in those areas. If you remember, I also explained in civics chapter number 9, public facilities, that how the Chennai cities of the Chennai are facing the water problem, and how the people are surviving. They are in some areas they are receiving the water in once in 2 days, in some areas they are receiving the water once in 4 days. So what is this? This is again the water problem, and people are suffering lot of water problems due to the shortage of water problem, or they are suffering from the waterborne diseases like diarrhea, dysentery, cholera. Such type of problems are very much common in the people those who are living in the water shortage areas, right? So what do you mean by water pollution? Water pollution means the contamination of water. Contamination of water. What are the reasons of this contamination? Due to the external materials which makes it unsuitable for human consumption. And this mixing can be of can be of any type of activities like putting the industrial waste, throwing the industrial waste into the rivers, throwing the domestic waste or the agricultural waste into the rivers and ponds. So this contamination can be the result of any type of the waste material which is mixed in the water in any ways, and which makes the water unsuitable for the human consumption. And what are the sources, if we are saying that sources of water pollution? So what are the different sources, what are the different ways through which the water is being polluted? First immediate way which comes in our mind is the domestic effluents and sewage. See, students, in our daily life, we use water for many things such as bathing, cooking, washing, etc. Whatever the water we are using in doing such type of activities, the water is discharged into the where the water is going. Have you ever given a thought, whatever the water you are using for drinking, for bathing, for washing, where the particular water after your use is going back? It is none other than it is being discharged into the rivers and streams, which is causing the pollution, right? So domestic effluents and sewage is one of the source of water pollution. Then our next point is the industrial waste. I have told to you earlier also. What is the industrial waste? See, whatever the industries are generating, they are whatever they are manufacturing, the various type of waste comes out, and in the variety of the form, waste can be of the solid form also, it can be of the liquid form also, it can be of the gaseous form also. Students, those who are living in the refinery, the refinery industry is there, and if you look into the sky somewhere around where the particular factory is there, you look the fire and the very blacky smoke which is coming out of from the chimneys of the refinery. And what is this? This is again the industrial waste which is coming out, and which is again responsible for water pollution, right? So this waste is discharged again into rivers and streams without any treatment, right? Then next is organic waste. When we are talking about the organic waste, mainly we are concerned with the agricultural and the industrial sector. The presence of organic waste increases the growth of the bacteria, and in this way bacteria growth of the bacteria. And see, if the agricultural waste and any other type of waste which is being mixed in the which is thrown in the rivers and the oceans, ultimately it leads to the organic waste increase, it leads to the increase in the growth of the bacteria, and more oxygen, when whatever the living organisms, water insects which are present in the rivers and the oceans, they consume oxygen through the water, and which is contaminated, and through which and because of that the death of the fishes are increasing, right? So organic waste includes the discharge by the both agricultural and the industrial sector, right? Then next is the conservation of water resources. Now our next topic is conservation of water resources. See students, we have read over here there are different type of this topic. We have covered how the water we are using as a resource, what is the water cycle, and how water remains in the constant motion on the earth. Then we also studied about the uses of the water, and there are various uses of the water in our daily life. Then we also covered about the water pollution, how the water is being polluted with various industrial, domestic, and agricultural activities. And suppose since how uh, about from all these topics we came to know that it is very necessary to conserve the water, right? So how can you conserve the water? What are the various ways through which you can conserve the water? This is the again question in the back exercise. What are the various ways and how write few methods to conserve the water? See, in daily life we can conserve the water by closing the taps which are on, and while brushing we keep on switch on the all the taps are open and let the water drain away. So while brushing, just close the taps and open the taps whenever it is required. Then water which is coming out from the ACs, nowadays ACs are running and it's too hot outside. So whatever the waste water which is coming out of the AC, we can collect that particular water with the help of pipe in a bucket, and this water we can use for the planting purposes, even for washing the floors, even for washing the cars, right? What are the another methods through which we can conserve the water? So, to overcome the problem of the water, the contaminated water is subjected to many procedures in sewage treatment plant. Purified water is then directed to the water bodies, right? So, immediate remedy which comes in our mind is afforestation. And what do you mean by afforestation? Planting more and more trees. It also helps in replenishing groundwater. See, green plants hold topsoil in place and make the soil fertile. This helps in recharge of the groundwater. This afforestation, by planting more and more trees, it hold the soil very firmly, and due to the afforestation, the one of the step of the water cycle, when the water comes in the form of the droplets on the earth, it is observed by such type of plants and goes into the deep of the earth and collect there as a groundwater. So the afforestation conserve the water in the form of the groundwater, and in this way the groundwater can be used for many years in case the rain is not coming, in case the water shortage is there, in case the drought like situation occur, right? So next we can have the one of the another method for conserving the water is the alternate methods of irrigation. Now, what are the alternate methods of the irrigation, students? Yes, with the help of drip irrigation, with the help of sprinklers, we can save the water. Now, you would be thinking, what is drip irrigation? So, students, it is a very common irrigation method where pipes with the help of the pipes or the tubes filled with water slowly drip onto the crops. Drip irrigation is a low pressure method of irrigation, and very less water is lost to the evaporation than high pressure spray irrigation, right? With the help of the pipes and tubes, the water is supplied very slowly, and very slowly it drops on the crops, and in this way very less evaporation is done, and very less loss of the water is there, and this is a very successful technique of saving the water, right? Then next is lowering the water table due to excessive use of groundwater may be checked by improving surface storage. So, lowering the water table, by lowering the water table also we can conserve the water. Then linking of the river. What is the meaning of linking of the rivers? Students, here I would like to tell you what is the linking of the rivers. Rivers are linked so that the surplus water from one river may be diverted to the another. Suppose this is the main river, and the water is coming with the heavy pressure, and water is overflowing, and it is coming outside. So in order to save the wastage of the extra water which is coming with a heavy flow, the particular river is linked with the small rivers so that the extra water can divert, rather to just drop outside and waste. It can be diverted by linking the main river into the small rivers, and in this way the water is saved, and by linking the rivers, the surplus water from one river may be diverted to the from one river may be diverted to the another rivers, right? Last but not the least method is our rainwater harvesting, which is very much important topic. Rainwater harvesting, and today the assignment which I have given to you, there is a question on the rainwater harvesting. One diagram I have given to you, so you can write the whatever I will explain over here, you can write it as a answer of that question. What is rainwater harvesting? See students, the rainwater harvesting is very important method to save surface runoff. And what exactly we do in such type of technique, rainwater harvesting? In this particular technique, during the rainy season, the rainwater is collected and stored for use during the dry periods. And if you have seen in your homes, there are the separate pipe which is adjacent to the wall, and its mouth is opening on the roof of the particular your house, and from that particular mouth, the rainwater is entering in the pipes, and straightaway it is going, the pipe is touching to the ground, and it is going the underground, and the straightaway the water is being collected in the underground, and in this way the particular collected water can be used for the dry periods when the groundwater level is decreasing, and this water is again ready for the human consumption. It is mostly practiced, this type of technique is mostly practiced in the arid and semi arid region, means dry areas, right? and in many of the areas, see in class in same class in chapter number 9 I told you that in Chennai the rainwater harvesting technique is developed because it is a coastal area and full of heavy rains over there. So rainwater harvesting technique is very much useful in the areas where the rain falls in a heavy quantity. The houses are specially designed, and the rooftop of the rooftop of the house is designed with special type of pipes through which the rain comes and get collected in the ground as well, right? So this is the rainwater harvesting, and with this technique we can use the collected rainwater in the form of uh, at the groundwater, and again by refining the particular ground, because what is the purest form of the water? It is in the form of rain only, right? So this water we can collect and we can use it for the many purposes. In this way the water can be conserved. So I hope our today's topic are clear to you. In the next class, we will be covering more topics. Till then, take care. Bye bye.